What's up, gamers, gamies, and gamettes? My name is John, and welcome back to a light in the dark. Last time, basically, we met the freaking silent girl, and yeah, she's pretty adorable, but also kind of deadly at the same time too. So we're trying to ask her little questions, being cautious. She gave us cookies and water, and we're gonna come back from where we left off. It was with dotted dots, but I accidentally pressed it. So enough of me rambling. Let's continue. Noticing her conflicting gaze, I asked, "What?" "Big sis is not a bad person. She will let you go when she gets the money. So please don't move." Aww. Silence. I will cooperate. I will cooperate. I will collaborate. At least for now. I didn't finish the full sentence, but she already looked happy and clearly dropped her guard a little. Oh, alright, good to know. Note updated. Organizing the information I could gather, I start to plan my next step. Let's look at the notes. Oh no, wrong thing. That's not the notes. Alright, girl. Alright, the young girl that looks reminiscent. She might, most likely, not older than the average junior high school student. With her, if you hear in the background, that's my sister singing in the background. I don't know if you guys just saying. With her head hung down, she looked a little scared and doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't seem to have the same level of immunity as the other girl. Maybe I can convince her. We could, maybe, or she'll probably kill us. I don't know. I saw in the trailer. It could be either way. She believes her sister will let me go once she'll get the money. If only things will go this smoothly. Alright, organize. Okay, no, I already said that. Would the teacher notice something was wrong if I hadn't gone to cram school for 2 days? Unlikely considering how often I skipped it. Oh my god! Oh, you little skipper. If you wouldn't done that, maybe someone would have noticed. Unless it's lasted long enough, but even in the worst case scenario, they would only contact my parents instead of the police. I started to regret not having more friends who would have noticed me being messing. Oh my god, dude, I'm sorry, dude. Expecting her to let me go upon getting the ransom, would it really be this easy? Remembering the vague smile, I didn't feel much assurance. The girl was squatted next to the wall and stared at me while hugging her legs. There was no curiosity in her eyes, as though nothing interested her here. She was just guarding this place, following someone's direction. Big sis, huh? Considering their relationship, it's unlikely she planned the kidnapping. She was most likely just in the accomplice following orders. Unlike some stereotypical bad girls who smoke or dye their hair, she looked a well-behaved but shy kid. At least if I didn't meet her in this situation. So who was planning all this? It'd be funny if it was her. Somehow I felt things weren't as simple as it seemed. There were too many points of suspicion if they were the ones planning this. Even carrying me here would be problematic for them. Also, the person she was contacting also concerned me. That is true. Hey! I called out to catch her attention and try to start a conversation. She was younger than the kidnapper yesterday, and with much less enmity. There might be a chance to convince her. How did you get my information? Dots. You are a student, right? Do you know what you're doing? She stared at me with no change of expression. I wasn't sure if she heard me. This might be even more troublesome than the other one. I could at least guess my kidnapper's thoughts if there was some sort of conversation. I was only wasting my time here if this kept going on. I don't know what she told you, but this is kidnapping. I tried to sound more threatening to make her talk. There will be punishment even if you're underage, and that would involve your family too. Do you know that? They're just using you. Oh, what the fuck, Windows. Excuse me, sorry. They're just using you. They might blame this all on you later. Big sis would not do that. She abruptly interrupted me. How can you be so? How can you be sure? Oh God. Just because she was kind to you, do you think she would be still on your side by then? Finally, making her talk, I try to push it forward. Uh-oh. Has she told you her plan after getting the money? Do you really know her? Oh God. Big sis would not do such a thing. You don't know anything about her. Oh, don't make her angry. Don't make the silent types angry, man. She interrupted me loudly and stood up all of a sudden, her little body shaking. I didn't expect such a big reaction. Perhaps her relationship with her big sister is closer than I thought. Of course, I don't know your big sis. I stopped for a few seconds and I stared at her coldly. All I know is that she is a kidnapper. That's all that matters. Liar! You don't know why, big sis. Oh? She raised the knife and yelled at me with her chest heaving up and down, but swallowed the words before the key point. Why what? Big sis is just... Facing my questioning, she lowered her gaze. Worrying she might get too triggered and really harm me, I decided to change the subject despite my desire to continue. Anyways, I don't get it, but you better give it some thought. I coldly ended the conversation, leaving her staring at me hesitantly. Wow, that was loud ass music, I'm not gonna lie. No matter how much faith one has in others, no one would stay still after hearing those words. I wasn't sure how effective that was. I could only wait and see. It's not like that. Not able to restore. She desperately squatted next to the wall and mumbled to herself, with her head in her arms. Seeing her almost about to cry made me feel a little uncomfortable, but I will do anything as long as I could get out of here. Besides, they were the ones at fault here. There should be no sense of guilt involved even if I hurt them a little. Transition. Oh, and there's the... Alright, atmosphere. Dust particles. Chat, observe, rest. Let's try strike conversation with her. Yeah, let's just have a conversation with her. Let's see. Young girl, back. Who's back? I'm just only a young girl. Why me? Who are you? It's so cold. How long have you known your big sis? Let's go with, no. How long do you know your big sis? Let's go with that. How long have you known your big sis? Dots. She stared at me cautiously, as though not feeling too happy about me saying bad things about her big sis. You really like your sister, huh? I sighed heavily. The depression in my chest didn't lessen one bit. Yeah. She nodded without a second thought. She was only this certain when it involved her big sis. Whatever. What if you're being manipulated? Whatever. I don't know. I don't want to pick that because she might go crazy, and I don't want to be rude with whatever. So, what if you being manipulated? I don't know. No, let's go with whatever. She said, let's go with whatever. Whatever. I wasn't sure if she was just innocent or easy to fool. Even though she was being manipulated, she still got mad for her. Someone really needed to knock some sense into her. But it was pointless to tell her that now. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to fucking get stabbed or anything like that. One was the big sis that took care of her, and the other was a random stranger she knew for less than a day. It was clear who she would pick. Let's try to strike a conversation with her. Alright, let's try talking to her again. It's so cold. Why me? We already know the reason. Let's just go with who are you. Let's try that. Who are you? Dots. She silently looked at me, showing no desire to talk. Are you a student? I don't go to school. She shook her head. Alright, at least we know that. Still not really wanting to talk to me. I looked at her. She must be underage with some thin arms and slender body. Do your parents know about this? Do they allow you to do such a thing? Dots. She pressed her lips and shook her head, Feeling the mood was too heavy, I decided to talk to her a little later. Let's try to strike a conversation with her. Let's try observing. What do we got here? The bag. The curtain. Nah. I want to see what happens if I pick Ribby. Alright, the yellow in paper reveals a sign of age. It seems to be some popular video game from the past. There is no useful information on it. Well, I fucking wasted it, so whatever. Alright, let's try to strike a conversation. Or we can rest. Young girl. Why me? It's so cold. Let's see what happens if we put it's so cold. Maybe she'll give us a cover or something. It's so cold. It's so cold. She made a sound to indicate she heard me. I waited a while before continuing to talk. If only it was a little warmer. With my movement restrained, I had no way to get information if they didn't talk to me. To get information from her, I needed to find a way to make her talk. After all, telling her directly I want to talk most likely wouldn't work. I want some coffee. You really don't talk much, do you? Let's go. You really don't talk much, do you? You really don't talk much, do you? Oh? One word ended the conversation. Even I didn't know how to continue. Regardless of our differences in age and background, plus the fact she was the kidnapper's accomplice. Okay. Interesting. Oh, clouds. Hello again. Dots. The prison life was surprisingly boring. You couldn't do anything with tied hands, and the only person you could talk to was as silent as a rock as she sat in the corner of the room. There was no phone, no TV, no internet. The usually sufficient 24-hour now felt way too lengthy. Yet she didn't look one bit bored, flipping through a book from God knows where. She observed my movements from time to time. I ate the same cracker for breakfast and lunch. I also went to the bathroom once, hoping to find a chance to escape. She stood outside with a knife when I was in there, neither rushing me or leaving. Finding nothing useful there, I had to leave without much more to ado. Don't you eat anything more normal, or do you just love crackers? Oh, come on, dude, don't be like that. She ate the same thing as me. The sort of cheap cookies was tasteless no matter how long you chewed, only making your mouth dry. Unless you won a year's worth of it from a lottery, there really was no reason to keep eating this. I started the conversation out of boredom. She raised her head thoughtfully. This is very cheap and lasts long. Aren't you worried about malnutrition? Malnutrition, excuse me. There was nothing but starch, left alone fiber or a vitamin. Pretty ironic for something with the pretty name, Nutrition Biscuit. Oh. Showing no concern about balancing her diet, she didn't even raise her head, just replied nonchalantly. Hanging out with her this whole morning, she didn't give any sort of proper response except when it's about her big sis. Pretty incredible, I would say. Strangely, it was not like she cared about this big sis that much. Much more like she didn't care about anything else. Did you figure out something with my dad? No idea. Her answer without a second thought didn't appear to be a lie. However, it didn't trigger my curiosity if she didn't even care about the status of the ransom. No matter who you are, you must care about something, whether it is family, work, or even a dream. Yet, she did none of that. There wasn't even some sort of enmity against me, only cautious at most. Focus on resting. Try talking. Let's try talking. No! I picked oh, fucking damn it. Rather than I should click fulfilling pointless curiosity, I should rest and replenish my strength. I guess, whatever. Da-da-da-da. Oh, okay, that worked. Alright, thank you, game. Even though I didn't click at it on you. Day 2. Noon. Alright, is Big Sis coming? Within the silence, the sudden vibration of the cell phone sounded extra sharp. Unlike yesterday, the girl picked up the phone immediately. Oh? Hello? Maybe being asked about me, the girl glanced at me when answering the call.
Yes, it's alright.
I had no idea what the conversation was and could only guess from her few words.
Okay.
It was the kidnapper from yesterday. Where would she be if she needed to call to confirm my situation? Did she already contact someone to get the ransom, or did they have other bases of operation?
He is next to me, alright.
The girl handed me the phone. I raised my tied hands and then shrugged helplessly. She hesitated a little, then put the phone next to my ear. If this was distance, maybe I could bump into her with the element of surprise. I could probably still overwhelm her even with my limbs tied. Before making up my mind, I heard a voice from the phone.
Hello?
The cold voice sounded a little different from the phone. The noisy background seemed to be from somewhere outside, maybe a restaurant or a karaoke place.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I see you are still kicking.
Sorry to disappoint. She didn't seem pleased with my greeting. Maybe she was expecting me to get all panicked and shivered in the corner of the wall. The more she waited to see my feet in my fear, the more I wanted to act indifferently. It was not really any sort of strategy, just some pointless showing of resistance.
You should know by now, but I will repeat this again. Don't try to run. Don't ask questions. I am watching you, and if anything happens...
She paused, then left a threat.
Even if I agree to return you, I am not breaking the deal if you are missing an arm or a leg.
Got it. I didn't even need to guess what she wanted to say. Lose an arm or a leg, throw me off a cliff, blah, 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 blah. Hell, even agreeing to return me alive was already sanitary of her. Most wouldn't even attempt to keep the hostage alive. Hostages usually get silent after the kidnapper gets the money and are ready to run. I didn't plan to believe her words from the beginning. If I play too nice, I might get killed without knowing how. Is my dad paying?
None of your business. Just worry about yourself.
But... bullshit! Why would I ask about that if it's not my concern of my own safety, you damn bitch? I wanted to ask more, but got stopped immediately.
I'm heading back now, so stay put. That's all.
Hey, wait! Before I could say anything, she hung up. Hanging up right after she said whatever she wanted. What a woman. Hearing the empty sounds of disconnected call, I knew being mad would make no difference.
What did Big Six say?
She approached me once the call ended and asked me wordly. Within this short period of time, I wondered what to say. Manipulate her. Answer honestly. Let's just tell her that. She told me to stay put, and she will be home soon.
Oh.
Not showing any emotion, she simply took away the phone and sat back down on the corner. I remember how the big sis sat next to the window smoking, seemingly lost in her thoughts and impatient. In contrast, the girl was too quiet, holding her legs like a kitten waiting for its master to come home. We're just cooperating, people. How much did she really knew about the kidnapping? She didn't even know me, nor what to do. Her big sis asked her to guard me, so she guarded. Her big sis asked her not to talk to me, so she didn't talk to me. Whether it was about the outcome or the reward, she was clueless and didn't care. She had faith in her big sis. ... Such blind trust was not far from stupidity. I almost felt bad for her. Transition. Time felt much longer when you were waiting. I even sighed in relief when I heard the sound. The sound of a motorcycle engine turning off somewhere in the distance I could could be heard. Their approaching footsteps echoed through the staircase, empty but within certain rhythm. There was no elevator. Was this an apartment or some privately owned house? I could only hear one person's steps, so there was no one coming back with her.
I am back.
The one who walked in was the same girl from the day before, aka the big sis. Same overcoat as yesterday, and her expression didn't change either. Welcome home. Not sure what I had in mind, she suspiciously looked at me and handed the plastic bag in her hand to the other girl.
Bento. Eat it while it's still hot. Big sis.
The young girl whispered something in her ear. I couldn't tell the context from the distance. The girl nodded, staring dead straight at me. Ah, shit. Once the girl finished, she moved towards me with a knife. She tried to check the ropes, even pulling it a few times to make sure it was tight enough. I told you I did nothing. If I could get out of this, don't you think I would still stay here?
Quiet!
Ask her then. She threw the other girl a questioning glance, which was answered by the silent nod. Her head wasn't even turned. It seemed like the bento was much more attractive than the situation here.
Tch.
She snorted unhappily, but couldn't find a reason to act up. She then just started to laugh scornfully.
Whatever. I doubt you have the balls to try anything.
All right, keep that up. Let's see what's gonna happen.
You have the rich daddy and mommy arranging everything for you, from school to job. You probably even have the housemaid that cleans for you. You can't do shit on your own, can you?
Here we go again. This ridiculous enmity was not just aimed at me, but anyone with a better life than her. What was the point of hating all these people? Would it change anything about her life? Would it be more practical if she tried to change something instead of all this hate? Where did you go? She probably would be more pissed off if this continues, so I decided to change the subject to avoid trouble.
Why do I need to inform you,
Not cutting me any slack, she raised her eyebrow provocatively. Excuse me. I sighed helplessly. This was really going nowhere if she kept up this attitude.
You start eating, don't mind me.
Only as she spoke, I noticed the young girl didn't move her chopstick despite having the bento open, as though waiting for her big hearts to start the meal together.
I had dinner already. You don't need to leave me anything.
She softened the expression in her eyebrows and gently patted the young girl's head. There was even a smile on her face. The young girl nodded obediently. Even an outsider like me could tell how close they are. If anything, I wouldn't even believe she still had such an expression in her. More questions appeared in my mind, seeing their interaction. With such familiarity, what was their relationship? Familiarity. Note updated. Let's look at the note, shall we? Warm converser. I should try to convince her. Untying me. What is the time? Resonant. The video game poster. Alright, let's see. Emily, why did she pick me? Probably I can get her name at least. Let's see. Relationship to the young girl. Girl looked at him. Emicity. She believes unexpected. Loyal to her big sis. Interesting. Alright. Dots. The sound of water flowing in the bathroom reminded me I hadn't taken a shower in 2 days. It still felt uncomfortable even though I barely moved or sweat. I was willing to give up half of my worldly possessions for a hot shower and pay with my fortune income for a cup of cocoa as a bonus. The young girl was clearly starved and was quietly and happily eating the rice. She didn't even pay attention to me. Her figure looked extra weak and small from here. I still couldn't believe she could be a kidnapper. What kind of family would allow her to do such a thing? Whatever. Considering my own family, I had no right to criticize others.
Phew!
The girl left the bathroom holding her hair. She only washed her face since there was no hot water. The light shined on her face, rendering the pale skin a little more rosy, yet her face was still cold as ice.
What are you looking at?
She sensitively noticed my gaze, and I asked me, with an eyebrow raised. Nothing, was just thinking I hadn't taken a shower in a while.
You think this is some fancy hotel, rich boy?
I would have called the front desk with this level of accommodations.
You keep talking, I dare you.
Never mind. She snorted with it contempted, then walked to the window and to lightly shake the young sister's shoulder. The young sister, young girl finished the bento and was falling asleep next to the wall despite her best effort to stay awake.
Go to bed to sleep. You won't catch a cold like this.
She nodded sleepily and climbed into bed obediently, not caring at all about the dust on top. She grabbed the bed sheet and lay down. Maybe she was really tired and it didn't really take her for this long to completely fall asleep, leaving only the sound of steady breathing in the... Excuse me. Freaking dropped my water bottle. Wait, where did it go? In the blank. Alright, the girl walked to the window and opened her bento quietly, started eating. Nothing for me? Tormented by the scent of the food, I couldn't help myself and asked.
You can just eat the cookies.
How about just a cup of coffee? I have money in the purse. Rather than a hot dinner, I preferred some hot coffee to relax my nerve.
You done yet?
I had learned protesting wouldn't help, and now the headache was even more unbearable without coffee. She looked troubled, and she was just absent-mindedly eating. She kept poking the chicken drumstick as if it were some sort of meaningless release of tension. Please stop playing with your food, even if you're not in the mood. I'll take it if you have no appetite. Hunger plus anger drove me to give that suggestion.
I doubt doing that would solve your problem.
Nevertheless, I noticed her darkened move and decided to keep my mouth shut. Piecing all the clues together, along with her reaction, I can only come up with one conclusion. ... You couldn't reach my dad?
How did...
Oh?
You trying to trick me?
Wait, what? Realizing she slipped without thinking, her face instantly darkened. Oh shit. I didn't mean anything, I just thought... Fearing she might lose her temper, I immediately tried to pass on the responsibility. However, she suddenly stood up.
Are you looking down on me? Finding me easy to fool?
She bit her lips, staring at me with much hatred, voice colder than ever. Not at all, I'm just randomly guessing! There must be something wrong, and I doubt the police has found about this so soon. Look, Her reaction far surpassed my expectation. I tried to explain myself, but that didn't stop her from walking towards me. Shit. She walked closer and closer with a knife, with eyes flashing with madness. Shit. Was she really gonna do this? No, I was really fearing for my life for the first time ever. She looked like the cornered animal that would try anything in desperation. Struggle, don't struggle, don't struggle! Oh wait, I should struggle, shit, before she got the money, she wouldn't kill me. She's gonna stab me, is it? If resistance was futile, I decided to close my eyes and gritted my teeth, hoping she wouldn't really do it. Oh shit. I smelled a faint scent and felt her hair on my cheek and her rapid breath. What's that smell? Unbearable at this moment of life and death. I was thinking about something this insignificant. Against the skin, was a cold sensation. The blade was right before my chest. A simple push would bury it deep into the flesh. Shit, I opened my eyes and saw the look of an ice right before me. Well, shit, she's gonna stab us.
Don't lie to me.
The voice next to my ear was light but clear.
I will say it one more time. Don't lie to me. If you look down on me, you will regret it.
Her voice was steady, but not the knife in her hand. She didn't clarify how she would do it, nor ask for confirmation, yet this was a threat that was more powerful than anything prior. All my words got stuck in my throat. My body was paralyzed to the point I couldn't even blink. She meant it! I couldn't read the emotions in her eyes. That was pure murderous intent. No questions about it. She would do it if I did it again.
I am done with folks like you. Don't think I won't do it. Worst case scenario, I would just die with you. No biggie. For someone like me. Oh, that smile. That smile. That freaking smile of hers. Oh gosh. That smile of murderous look. That murderous smiling look.
She finished her sentence, then moved the knife away and walked back to the window. I just laid there on the ground motionlessly. My tense body was still trembling. Only till then I confirmed something. They could end me any time. The notation of her not touching me before getting the money or having some backup plan meant nothing to them. At this point, she had nothing to lose. I took a deep breath while facing the window. That's how I calmed myself down since childhood. What I needed to do to stay the same. But this was no visual novel. But the crucial reality. Damn. Ooh. Like. Day 2. Night. Shit, man. Shit's getting real a lot, man. Alright. The desk lamp drew a long shadow from her. What just occurred still creeped me out a little. However, since she hadn't contacted my family, there wasn't still a chance. I breathed in deeply, gathered the courage, and talked to her.
I have a proposal.
She just looked out the window motionlessly. Showing no interest in my question.
Let me go now and all my money is yours. It might not be big, about like 70,000 to 80,000 NATD in total, and I swear, I will tell no one.
Knowing she must be listening, I kept going on even without a response.
You can guard me all the way to the ATM if you want to, or do it in any manner you prefer. Well, if they did that, the ATM would catch them by the fucking camera inside or anything else. I'm just saying. You want to keep this down, right? Is this all necessary?
I put in my last bit of strain to convince her. Considering her position, I tried to propose something that would be mutually beneficial. I believe no one would risk his or her own life until there was no other choice.
Now is still not too late. Think about it. Dots. Ellipses.
The wait was so long, I thought there was no response, but she finally turned her head. There was no rage in her eyes, only exhaustion.
Why should I believe you? Why should I believe that you would hand me the money and never call the cops? I
couldn't answer out of hesitation. It was so hard to create a situation where both sides can trust each other at the first place. I wouldn't agree in such terms if the roles was reversed. I would be the one in control once I got my freedom. She wouldn't be able to do anything to stop me from calling the cops.
No answer. Then shut the fuck up and stop wasting my time.
Rather than handling her faith to me, she rather believed in herself. All my gathered confidence grew fainter and fainter, and I was temporarily out of ideas. But if this kept going on,
then what can I do to win your trust?
I asked with the last of my courage, matching her stare. Oh, there you go. I could see the fragility under that cold look. She grew silent and started to ponder my question. Then a bitter smile appeared on her face. Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Oh gosh, dots. She turned to the window and quietly said it again.
I don't know.
The mood is heavy. I must try to do something. Remain in acts. Chat, observe. Let's try to chat. Older girl. Do you really think you can get out of this unscathed? What's your relationship? How much does she know about the kidnapping? Let's go with... do you really think you can get out of this unscathed? Whatever. Do you really think you can get out of this unscathed? Realizing I couldn't convince her normally, I changed the plan and tried to threaten her. Oh, you dumbass. Dots. She just looked at me with a look of indifference. It didn't faze her at all. There was still time if you just let me go.
Let you go?
She's gonna kick me again.
You think I'm a fool? You think I tied you up for fun? Who do you think you are?
The series of questions rendered my speechless. Instead of my fear, my words triggered her rage. Yep, I realized that's how much determination it required for her to do it. Not out of drunkenness or impulse, she knew full well what to do, what she was doing in consequence, yet she decided to do it anyway. In comparison, I underestimated the situation.
Just let you go. What do you know anyway? You think you are some big shot? Why do you think I kidnapped you,
Not interesting. Why? Let's go with why. Why then?
You won't get it anyway.
Not expecting me to really ask that, she paused and then moved her gaze away. Ah, okay. I won't get it if you don't explain.
So many questions. Just stay quiet till we get the money.
You started it.
If you have time for this, what about figuring out how to make your dad spit out the money?
Not wanting to continue the conversation, she changed the subject after a grunt. I'll keep asking her. The mood is heavy. I try to do... Yeah, let's fucking keep asking her. Older girl. What's your relationship? Let's say, how much do you know about the kidnapping? How much does she know about the kidnapping? I asked her about the younger girl, hoping to know who she is.
Huh? None of your business.
She changed the subject non-committedly, but then after a while followed up with,
she has nothing to do with this.
I forced her to help. Oh, there you go. Oh. I was surprised by that answer. I thought she would push the responsibility on her, yet now it sounded like she was protecting her. What an interesting relationship. She seems to really trust you. Don't you feel guilty? There you go. Using a kid like that? Don't you feel guilty? Oh shit.
One more word and I will make you not able to talk again.
Hitting a nerve, she malevolently pulled out the knife. It felt more like rage than a threat.
How pathetic. If you're gonna talk big, then you better face it.
Oh, you bitch. The punch in the face was painfully hot. Seeing her twisted face of anger, I looked askance at her and grunted. I should have picked the other option.
Going for violence just because you can't win an argument? How profound.
How profound.
Why you?
She's gonna hit me again. I didn't even need to talk to enrage her. I just needed to keep looking at her. This is naturally wouldn't help anything, but I just couldn't swallow it, seeing how she manipulated a naive girl. The mood is heavy. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, 2 more actions. Alright, let's talk again. What's your relationship? So what's your relationship? The interacted like siblings, yet the age weren't even close.
I am not in the mood to chat. You better stay quiet too.
It's less boring. Stay quiet. I don't know. I want to pick. It's less boring, but I feel like she's gonna kick my ass. Let's stay quiet. Let's see how that's going. Oh. I shut up after hearing displeasure in her voice. After what just happened, I had no nerve to make her mad again. Yeah. The mood is heavy. I must try to do something remaining act. Alright, let's look around then. Wait, is that the... Alright. Cigarettes. Lights. There really is nothing, to be honest. Okay, let's just try... Can I talk to her again? No, I can't. Alright, let's just rest. I feel fine, and after I rest, I should ask more information. Alright, at least we got our stamina back up. It was getting late. I still couldn't find a way to change the situation. Instead of escaping or waiting for the ransom, the safest option was to convince her to let me go. Things could still get resolved without anything happening. It would not be this easy once the police got involved, though. But how? Even though I could tell she had hesitation, I couldn't win her trust. So I had to win her trust first. The sudden vibration broke the silence. She looked at the phone screen, then jolted a little, as though getting electrocuted. She lowered her eyes and read the messages. She raised the corner of her mouth, but didn't appear to be happy. What? I had a bad feeling and instantly asked.
There will be a call in 10 minutes. Tell your dad to pay up if you want to go home.
The unexpected change of events instantly froze my blood. This was way too soon. I was naive to think I still had time to convince her. The moment she reached my family, there was no turning back. The police would start taking action, the family preparing the ransom, and the culprit preparing the escape. What now? What now? I quickly went through all the possibilities in my mind, but I couldn't come up with a solution. I must not stop thinking. There must be a way. Time passed seconds by second, and I had no time to hesitate. You just want the money, right? Is there really no other way? Out of the options, I gave my all and yelled at her. Not giving her a chance to contemplate, I continued after a quick break. Let me go, and you can have all the money and proof of my silence in all this. Think about it. You really think you can get the money this easily? Are you okay with playing hide and seek for the rest of your life? I couldn't finish my words. Seeing her expression, I realized that was it. Under the nightlight, she looked almost like a dream, too empty to transparent to be touched. Oh. Well, she looks pretty like that, actually. She really does. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, look, oh, Nokia phone. That's funny. That smile couldn't hide her helplessness, and those eyes were filled with regret. That smile, though. That smile. Silence and immense sadness.
There is no turning back.
Oh, she had the cigarette now. I don't know if I should pick that or the phone. Her voice is surprisingly calm. There's no turning back. Oh, it makes you want to feel bad, but what the fuck. There was no anger and accusation, only conscience in that expression. She surrounded to her hopeless life. Nothing was more convincing than that expression. So even she could make such an expression of hopelessness.
There has been no turning back since a long time ago.
The phone vibrated again. Seeing her picked up the phone, I couldn't say anything. Dots. Shit, man, shit! I should have known. The moment the phone rang, nay, from the very beginning. She had no other choice but this. Shit, man, shit, oh my god, dots. Under the scenery, the moonlight, the cogwheels started to spin faster. Oh my god, man, what's gonna happen? Don't tell me this is the end of the demo, I swear to god. Yes, it is! Fuck! Wait, what? Satori? Crespirit. Oh shit, what the fuck's going on? Oh, it's showing me the animation. Oh, hell no, did she stab me? Oh, never mind. The animation, though, I like it. Oh god, this bitch. I like the animation. I saw the trailer of it, but still, like, when it showed me at the end. A Light in the Dark, director, Hao-Chen, character design, Nuda, illustrator, Storia, and Crespirit. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, we never got we never got a chance to choose Oh my god, man. Oh my god. This is such a fucking beautiful story, man. I want to know what happens next, man. There's no turning back. There's no turning back, man. Thank you so like the developers, Storia and Crespirit for making this demo. I can't wait for May 31st. Man, why so far away, man? And bad timing as well too. But still, I would still read that story if I'm in the other country and whatnot. But still, man, oh my god, this is such a beautiful story, guys. Guys, I recommend this fucking visual novel. I'm telling you this from my excitement, the expressionist, the story, the characters, and how it is right now. Like, go read this story. Play the demo, man. Like, you're gonna love this game. And the choices, the game mechanics, everything. The soundtrack is beautiful, man. Alright, guys. Let's see what happens. Return to the main menu. So, I guess without further ado, guys, I hope you guys have a good night, good evening, and good morning from wherever you're from. So, peace out and sayonara. Hope to see you guys in May. And with this story, man, thank you, Storia and Crespirit. Thank you, Hing Chang. Thank you, Nuda, and thank you, Kankin, for making the beautiful, awesome game. Thank you. So, without further ado, peace out and sayonara. Bye-bye.